Hi, my name is Teresa Jurgens, and I want to continue the series on reading from the Innovation Process book. This is episode 6, and we are covering the middle part of chapter 4, talking about phases and tools in a Waterfall NPD process, and we're covering stages 2 through 5. You can learn about stage 1 in episode 5. Stage 2. When an NPD project, standing for new product development, passes gate 1, it moves into stage 2 of the waterfall process. Stage 2 is focused on testing initial product concepts to validate the market opportunity assumptions of stage 1. Approval of gate 1 also means that the NPD team has presented an acceptable go-forward plan for stage 2, including budget and schedule. Based on the customer needs identified during scoping, proposed technical solutions are formulated. Because concept generation is still in the front end of innovation, investment is low and the scale of experiments is small. At this point in the process, the NPD team will address how to satisfy the market opportunity by using divergent thinking to create many different concept options that can be quickly tested. A product concept statement is typically used for evaluation of the product idea at this phase. Product ideation. Once an opportunity for product improvement has been identified and selected for further evaluation based on a preliminary business case, the NPD team and relevant stakeholders generate ideas to address the customer's problem. In most waterfall processes, the problem statement is clear and concise, so ideation may be done primarily in-house. For new products with radical designs, lead users or other customer stakeholders join the innovation team for ideation. Divergent thinking is used to generate as many ideas as possible. However, because a waterfall process is best deployed for incremental and next generation offerings, the breadth of ideas is often constricted by existing marketing, technical, or manufacturing boundaries. As these broad concepts are tested with customers for viability, the team will select a few to move forward for stage 3 work, including prototyping. A few ideation tools that are effective at this stage include interviews, Scamper, and the customer empathy map. In part 3, we'll discuss descriptions of Scamper and the customer empathy map. Interviews. Nothing speaks louder than the direct words of an end user. Thus, interviews are useful to clarify the NPD opportunity. An innovation team asks potential customers or end users a set of prescribed questions while also directing and observing them. An expected outcome in this stage of the NPD process is to narrow the types of features that customers desire in the new product. Framing questions in advance is crucial to a consistent evaluation of a variety of customer segments and different market categories. When coupled with observation, interviews are enormously powerful to describe the specific problem facing customers. We recommend using 2 people from the product development team working as a pair to conduct the interview. One person builds a relationship with the end user, asking questions and guiding the interviewee to explain actions taken. The other person serves as a scribe, documenting responses, emotions, and additional qualitative information. After the interview is complete, the interviewing pair will consolidate their impressions and provide notes to the rest of the innovation team to ensure an accurate problem definition. Just a handful of interviews can lead to a rapid consensus on the most important feature or features for a next generation product. Product concept statement. A product concept statement is a verbal narrative, drawing, sketch, or physical prototype that demonstrates what is going to change in the product and how a customer will benefit from the change. Similar to a positioning statement, the product concept statement clearly identifies the benefits of the product in the words of the potential customer, what form the product design will take, and the specific technologies required to fully develop and commercialize the new product. Some possible concept statements are shown here in figure 4-3. To address high-level customer needs, the NPD team will fill in the blanks describing the product or service concept, market segment, customer benefit, and other relevant product attributes, uniqueness, differentiation, comparisons. Concept tests will evaluate whether the target market adopts the proposed product description. Suppose, for example, that your firm manufactures felt tip markers, and a segment of your customer base uses the markers for art. An idea to create a set of skin tone markers has enough profit potential to pass Gate 1. In order to test whether the new product is accepted by customers, the NPD team creates a concept statement to reflect form, function, and benefit of the skin tone markers. The sample product concept statement is shown here as figure 4-4. Perhaps the most important part of the product concept statement is describing the benefit to the potential customer. Benefits must be expressed in terms of what value the customer will gain from the product. The customer must have a need for the product in order to purchase it. Generally, there is an emotional linkage to the benefit, but the concept statement must also express the form and technology of the new product. There are references in the book as well. In the example shown here in figure 4-4, the customer benefit is to authentically match a variety of skin tones, while the emotional linkage to the customer comes from words like diverse, creative, and compassionate. Moving to Gate 2 approval requires that positive customer feedback is gained with at least a few of the product concept statements. Next, the business case is revised to reflect a greater degree of accuracy for the size of the target market, as well as improved estimates for product cost, pricing, and volume. Range of estimates at Gate 2 should be at the plus or minus 25 to 50% level, reflecting initial customer testing of the new product concepts. Stage 3. There are many critical new product development activities occurring during Stage 3 of the staged and gated process. Based on customer feedback from the product concepts, 1 or 2 lead product candidates are identified for further technical development. With this selection, formal models and prototypes are designed and evaluated. Manufacturing, distribution, and selling costs are estimated with a high degree of accuracy since the product design will be pinned down by the end of Stage 3. Weighted scoring model. Deciding which of the many product concepts generated in Stage 2 will move forward to full prototype testing and technology development is not always straightforward. Often several different concepts can deliver the customer benefits and align with the organization's innovation strategy. Customer feedback is sometimes disjointed and inconsistent. A weighted scoring model yields a comparison between leading product concepts with criteria ranging from customer acceptance to product cost. Not surprising, the scoring model borrows many of the criteria for which gatekeepers evaluate new product projects. Results of a weighted scoring model are shown in figure 4-5 for a sample new product. Note that concepts number 1 and number 3 had the same overall score, but when the weighting factors are applied, concept number 1 is slightly more favorable than concept number 3. This product concept would serve as a backup in case technical or other challenges arise in designing and advancing concept number 2 through the remainder of the NPD process. Prototype tests. Because concept number 2 is the lead candidate, a full prototype is then tested with a larger group of potential customers. While Stage 2 concept tests generally assess how favorably consumers view the new product idea, prototype tests must evaluate the full design. Generating a full prototype also involves insight for the final manufacturing scheme of the new product. In turn, this provides more accurate engineering and cost estimates for the business case. The business case accuracy going into the development phase should be plus or minus 20% or better. Stage 4. Passing a Gate 3 decision indicates the organization's full commitment to the development of the new product. Many of the activities in Stage 4 are unique to each industry and include the specifics of manufacturing and distribution for full scale-up and production of the new product. Even some of the marketing efforts are different depending on the product, brand, and industry. However, many of the tasks that occur in Stage 4 are well known to the firm itself, especially for these waterfall type of NPD projects in which the technical development is less risky for next generation offerings and incremental innovations. For instance, a company with high social media presence chooses to pre-market the new product through these channels. One of our clients targets 2 seasons of marketing to coincide with their highest sales periods, Mother's Day and Christmas. Other products, brands, and companies will begin soft launches of the new product through large-scale customer use testing during this phase. Being able to use actual customer words in the final commercial marketing materials of the product is invaluable for long-term marketing success. Any intellectual property known as IP, such as patents and trademarks, should be secured prior to completing Stage 4 work. As indicated, wide-scale customer tests with final prototypes and product samples using full-scale manufacturing processes occurs during this phase of the Waterfall NPD process. A company that is pursuing strategic IP must have the proper protection in place at this stage, since product releases may get into the hands of competitors. Technology development and scale-up are normally less intensive for a next-generation product as compared to more radical innovations. Frequently, just a few features are changed on the product to update or revise it, and the manufacturing process is not radically changed. However, quality management of the new product is extremely important since customers have established expectations from prior product releases. Quality management is thus a key element of Stage 4 work to test the final product and manufacturing process. Some quality management principles that translate to Stage 4 in a Waterfall NPD process include quality assurance planning, sampling, failure mode analysis, check sheets, flow charts, and Pareto charts. Quality management and lean manufacturing overlap, so additional tools are presented in Part 4 in a later episode. Finally, the innovation team will present a comprehensive business case for the new product. All product costs are known at the completion of manufacturing scale-up, and there should be little variability in expected revenues. The comprehensive business case will include all product information from marketing collateral to operational shortfalls with the potential to impact product availability. Profit margins and market share numbers are estimated at 5 to 10%. Stage 5. While some organizations identify commercialization of the new product as a gate decision, the activities of product launch are better captured as a phase of work in the Waterfall NPD process. The key outcome of Stage 5 is to transition the new product to the mainstream business. Commercialization also establishes the post-launch review schedule for the new product, starting with team and process lessons learned at reviews. Other activities conducted in Stage 5 include market testing, in which the new product and the marketing plan are tested together. There are several different forms of market testing with varying fidelity of the product prototype and of the marketing materials. However, the goal of Stage 5 is to ensure that the new product is performing as expected and customer acceptance is within the target range. Financial performance goals are typically collected within the post-launch review step of the staged and gated system, but initial data should be available immediately following the new product launch in Stage 5. Sales and marketing take over training for product usage while R&D is deployed for manufacturing troubleshooting instead of technical research. Supply chain handles raw materials and distribution rather than the specialized functions represented within the NPD team. The new product design and development team is typically dissolved during stage 5 as the product is transferred to normal operations. Project leaders and team members are dispersed to other assignments within the organization as appropriate. Next time we're going to talk about Waterfall NPD gates, and we will be wrapping up chapter 4. I look forward to reading with you again soon, and do get your copy of the Innovation Process book from Amazon. I recommend the paperback version because of the great number of tools that are here. And I'm also offering a class starting August 12th to talk about customizing a process for your innovation system that is for you, for your firm. So please contact me at info@globalnpsolutions.com to learn more about that. Thank you.